What's up, backyard people? It's time for our summer 2026 orchard update, and I need to prepare you. It's kind of like when you have friends over and you haven't fully cleaned up. You're like, hey, come on in, just know we haven't picked up. Okay, I have picked up. It's just wild this year. So, if you're into the orchard, let's go. Let's get into it. But here's the thing. You got to stay tuned for a completely separate video that camera lady Courtney is making me do, because we did a lot of experimenting in the orchard this year. So we'll do a full separate video on that. But for this one, this is what's happening, or as some say, here's what's growing on in the orchard summer 26. All right, y'all come check out the orchard. It's not fully tidied up yet, but I'll explain. Come on. All right, party people, here's what's going on a lot, okay? So let's focus on the majors for the orchard tour. As you see other little things growing, you got to check out the summer orchard experiments video, or whatever we're going to title that thing, and I'll tell you all about it. But for this one, you got to keep your eyes up, okay? I'm up here. We're going to focus on the big stuff, all right? Now, I have to comment because obviously you can see that there's 27,000 flowers in here this year. So I'll tell you all about it in the other one. But those are zinnias. We did it for pollinators, and I'm mostly glad I did it. So check out the experiments video. This is our 3-in-1 Asian pear. It's as healthy as it's been. I have this in a spot that really isn't ideal. This is one of the spots that if we get water, which it's late July, so we're not even, I forgot what water looks like. But if we get it, it pools a little bit here. So this tree is never gonna be as healthy as I would like it, but I'm just not ready to take it out yet. But I know that someday I'll have to replace this and I'll mound it up and plant it higher. So we had beautiful Asian pears on this until we didn't. So the squirrels got a bunch. You can see down here that a lot of them fell, and then most of them fed the squirrels. So 3-in-1 Asian pear, looking generally healthy, a bit stunted because it'll go from flooded to dry, which is not ideal. We lost a peach over there. This is a quick update on my airs. Looking fine. This is year one, so all we really care about is just keeping this thing alive. And so we don't want to overwater, we don't want to underwater, but this one's going to be a great producer for us. I think maybe as early as next year, probably in 2 more years. While I'm standing here, figs are going nuts this year. Right now we're in between ripening seasons, but you can come closer if you want, and you can see that there are figs growing all over this thing. But they tend to come in these waves and pops. And so there's a bunch of figs in here, but this thing will ripen multiple times, and there's 5 of them. So we filled buckets a couple months ago. I see a ripe one, hold on. Never neglect to feed the camera lady, especially on an orchard update. All right, so there's some ripe ones in there, but there will be waves of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And so that will come soon. All right. Our pomegranate is doing really well. Looks really pretty, bigger than it's ever been, healthier than it's ever been. No fruit on it right now, but doing well. While we're over here, by the way, those of you that have paid attention to either our garden zones video or my orchard planning videos, you know that I have this in a numbered grid, okay? So that was spot 3, that was spot 6, this is spot 9. Rows of 3 this way, so 7, 8, 9. So in the 9 spot here, we have a Bruce. That's a plum as well, Ayers and Bruce. This thing's barely taller than the zinnias right now, but that's okay. I want the soil around this one shaded. This is another year 1 tree, 1 or 2 more years, and we should be doing really well with a little bit of a plum corridor. We have another one over there that I lost that I will replace. So again, not explaining all the chaos of the floor yet. We'll stop here because you can see our kefir pears are dominating as they always do. And because I don't spray, I don't treat with chemicals, you'll see we get some dieback every year. But if you're gonna be a backyard orchard person and be organic, some of that's just gonna happen. If you know how to stop it, let me know in the comments. I'm all ears. But from everything I've read, listened to, and about 8 or 9 years of growing these things, it just happens. We have a little dieback every year, we prune it, and we continue to get massive, awesome production. So I'm being greedy right here. If you've watched our orchard videos where I know I need to thin, but I think this limb can support all 3 of these. But normally I don't want more than 2. And you can see that's baseball size, and they're starting to blush where they're getting sun, but these will be ripe in like October, and we'll enjoy them then. I'll meet you around over here if you wanna head that way. There are 4 of these kefir pears. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did some heavy pruning on this one, and we have a bunch of growth from the rootstock, which I will cut all of that back, but I don't want to stress it too much now, so we'll wait till the fall. So there's a few pears here. There's I don't know, 70 or 80 pears here. And then this one is having a weird year. Same exact tree. They're all having a lower production year, but this one's popping. We probably have 100 pears on it. This one we might only have 20. And you can see so many of these water shoots just straight up in the air, just taking energy and water from the tree. I don't like to prune these midsummer. They're just more susceptible to all kinds of illness and damage. So I'll wait till the fall, but it's okay. That's why I have 4 of them. This is how it goes. You have good years, bad years. You have massive production years, and a lot of trees will need to take the next year off. Not completely, but they'll restore energy to the tree, the trunk, the limbs, and not so much to the fruit. I've got another apple over here. This one is doing really well for year 2. If you remember, this one I cannot fully confirm the type of tree. I think it's in Arkansas black, but I'm not positive. Yeah, once we get apples, I think AI and friends and I will be able to fully differentiate. I had a tag on it. I lost it and I didn't keep records great that year. So this one's been in the ground. So this is a second year and probably 2 more years till fruit, but it could be next year. It's doing very well. All these were planted as bare root, little bitty twigs. All right, trudging through all the goodness. All right, this is our jujube, and we missed one back there. So I have a Lee and a Lang jujube, or some will say jujube. Really cool trees. So again, just babying that first year tree, hoping that does well for next year or the following year. This is our Honey Crisp. I get a lot of comments on our orchard updates on the Honey Crisp because we probably shouldn't be able to grow Honeycrisp in Dallas, Texas. We're on the edge of Dallas, but it's doing really well. Way better than I expected. I thought I had lost it year 1. This is year 2, really year 1.5. And so it could be exciting. We could have Honeycrisp on our coldest years in another couple of years. But tree's doing well. It's helping pollinate. We have another pomegranate over here hiding in the zinnias. This looks like sweet potato right here, but I don't think it is. I don't think we'll get potatoes from this. I think this is one of our actually invasive vines, but I'm using it, right? So the problem is the solution can be a mantra in gardening and orcharding. It's covering the soil right now. It's covering our mulch. It's keeping it cooler. It's keeping water. So I'm gonna let that annoyance sit until the fall, and then we'll rip that all out. More figs over here. You can see a lot more figs on that one, actually. Comfrey doing well here, providing some mass and some good stuff here. I have actually not told my family, but I've got some watermelons planted under some of these, and that one looks like it's doing pretty well. This is a Methley plum. Again, another year 1 tree. This one's doing really well. For all of our year 1s, this one is probably doing the best, and it may be because it gets a little bit more afternoon shade from the huge cottonwood over here, but I never know for sure. You guys all know this is my baby over here, our Dorset golden apple. I have bad, sad, terrible news, but the squirrels got all of our apples. So we pulled some early knowing that this can happen. I'll explain in another video sometime the way I pruned this thing when we planted it and why I think that's causing more squirrels and stuff like that to get our fruit. But this tree is obviously very healthy, doing really well. We hard pruned it, trying to get it back to a central leader last year. I've got a little bit more hard pruning to do. I'll wait till winter to do that. I planted another Dorset Golden this year, so that's another year 1, doing okay. We had a dead tree here. I put some raspberries in, almost complete failure. Welcome to having an orchard. That just happens sometimes. So I've got one holding on for dear life, but I don't think it's gonna make it. Then we have a Pink Lady apple that also looks really good for a year 1 tree. So we had lost so much previously. Y'all know that we did a lot of year 1 stuff this fall. But this one looks really good. Cut back this growth from the root stock, but we'll let this stuff do really well. By the way, come on, check out that zinnia right there. That's good looking. The girls love those. And then 2 different berry bushes here where we had previously lost trees but had irrigation. And this has been our biggest blackberry provider of the year. There's a little bitty guy right there. We're getting large, I kid you not, like half the size of an egg, blackberries off this thing this year. But it's usually bare because the girls are back here grabbing them nonstop. But it's doing really, really well. So that's the main orchard. Sometimes we talk about this back trellis, and we've got some muscadines that are alive, but they are hanging on for dear life as first year plants, getting watered plenty, getting lots of mulch, but it's just hot this time of year. So there's some other fruiting stuff happening out here, but in the orchard for this summer, we're hanging on for dear life. Luckily, we only lost one tree this year, and we lost it long before the summer, so I'm not gonna blame the summer on that. Those numbers are pretty good. I think we'll have a pretty good fall with those pears. If you're interested in this type of stuff, if you want to buy a property like this, or if you want to sell a property like this, let us know. That's what we do. We specialize in big backyard properties and desirable DFW neighborhood homes. We can help you anywhere in the country, but especially here in Dallas-Fort Worth. My information is below, and a link or a phone number, whatever's comfortable for you, go ahead and reach out to us. But we'll be back in the fall with an update. That one's almost always my favorite orchard update, so stay tuned for that one. But also check out our other video on my summer orchard experiments this year. Some of this chaos, some of this stuff down on the orchard floor, I'll explain more of that in that video. So we'll see you over there on that one, or reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you with any of your real estate needs. And I'll talk to you on the next one.